Shinobi Legions, also known as Shinobi X, is an action-adventure game developed by Sega for the Sega Saturn console. It was released in 1995 in North America, Europe, and Japan. The game is part of the long-running Shinobi series, which originated in the arcades and was later adapted for various home consoles and handhelds. Shinobi Legions follows the adventures of Sho, played by stunt actor Tetsuya Aoki, taking over the main character duties from series regular Joe Musashi. He embarks on a quest against his brother Kazuma, who wants to acquire the ultimate ninja technique. By kidnapping Sho's beloved Aya, Kazuma tries to lure Sho to his fortress to take the secret bestowed unto them by their master. Legions takes you through 9 levels of varying settings, including traditional Japanese, modern, and futuristic stages, the latter emphasizing Kazuma's evil organization Gorza. There's no Zed this time, although there's definitely a heavy influence. The game features digitized characters and backgrounds, pre-rendered 3D models, and some polygonal elements, which culminated in a unique look for the time. The Sega Saturn hardware allowed for more detailed visuals than previous iterations, with distinct lighting effects and of course the beloved FMVs. This shift marked a notable change in the series' visual style. The core gameplay elements stay true, with a few changes that Shinobi fans may take some issue with. The shurikens still play a vital role in gameplay, but take a backseat to the katana. Guarding and parrying attacks is more the focus in this entry. Various methods of using the katana include running slashes, downward stabs, somersault spin cuts, thrusts, upward and angled attacks, crouching slashes, and combo strings. The shuriken still gives a multi-purpose ranged option with high, low, and mid-range attacks. And of course, the series staple multi-shuriken throw can still be used when doing a double jump. The previous entries featured selectable ninja magic, each power being more useful than others in particular situations. This has been replaced by occasional pickups that automatically activate the ninja power of said object. The combat is smooth and engaging. Parrying incoming shurikens, using dash slashes, and mid-air counter attacks are all incredibly satisfying. As with prior entries, the biggest hurdle is getting used to the Shinobi double jump. Timing is crucial to get the jump right, and learning this is absolutely necessary for the later stages and some boss fights. The platforming elements are solid, minus a few gimmicky stages that emphasize the necessity to master the double jump. Enemies and destructible pieces of environment drop a small collection of items, health regeneration, orbs that when collected in sets of 10 give a 1-up, and 2 types of shuriken pickups. The aforementioned ninja magic has been reduced to 3 items: Bishamon, which increases attack power while a flickering Bishamon takes up a large portion of the screen. Enemies touching this figure are instantly damaged. Thunder Dragon, a screen clear attack that can only be used once and does some damage to bosses. And finally, Invincibility, which grants immunity against 6 regular attacks before dissipating. The bombs from past Shinobi games return, albeit with a more Looney Tunes appearance this time. At the end of each stage, as is tradition, you'll be facing off against formidable foes that test your skills and strategy. The boss encounters are varied and rewarding. Some have a focus on using a particular set of skills to counter their patterns. This leaves you with a genuine sense of accomplishment after each victory. Stages are all unique in aesthetic, with some featuring obvious callbacks to prior games. A few stages have a few paths to take, but nothing overly complicated or gratuitous. The final stage, on the other hand, is genuinely pure, unadulterated bullshit. Double jump execution and wall jump mastery are crucial. Combine that with stage memorization and anticipating constant one-hit deaths, it leads to an exceptionally painful time. Enemies are plentiful, with stage-specific baddies and palette swaps. There are a few inspired decisions made, but prior Shinobi games had better diversity. Although there is a standout in this regard, the real star of the show. The FMVs were mocked and looked down on release. FMVs at this point had already left a sour taste in many people's mouths after a long string of mediocre at best releases on various consoles. CG cutscenes were quickly replacing what was already considered cheesy and low budget. There's a certain charm to live-action FMV cutscenes, and these are no exception. Fans of martial arts, ninja, and tokusatsu media will likely get a smile on their face watching the cutscenes. Show actor Tetsuya Aoki has the credentials and ability to back things up, giving his few cutscenes with action a bit of intensity. One of the most interesting aspects about the history of Shinobi Legions is the soundtrack, or soundtracks rather. Before release in Europe, the Sega heads were none too pleased with the game's OST. Richard Jacques took the reins and composed an entirely new set of themes for the stages and boss battles that many gamers enjoy more than the original. Personally, I find both versions of the game's soundtrack set the perfect mood, just in different ways. The original fits the overall sound design of the game perfectly, and has a number of funky bass lines that I adore. Meanwhile, the Jacques soundtrack matches the ambiance of each stage distinctly, and has an intentionally Yuzo Koshiro flair. From hauntingly beautiful melodies to heart-pounding battle themes, the music complements the gameplay and enhances the overall experience. Both OSTs provide masterful compositions that keep the player engaged throughout the adventure. Here are a few examples to compare the two different soundtracks. Upon its release, Shinobi Legions received mixed reviews from critics and players alike. While the game was praised for its interesting art style, and capturing the core elements of the Shinobi series, it was still too divisive overall. Trends at the time looked down on 2D games, and no amount of polygon-based bosses, excellent gameplay, and dinosaurs could save it. Despite the mixed reception, Shinobi Legions has its fans and holds a special place in gaming history when turning series completely 3D was all the rage. Even though the game's legacy is tied to the broader Shinobi series, it stands on its own as a fun and challenging adventure. As the years have passed, Shinobi Legions has become a sought-after collectible among Sega Saturn enthusiasts, contributing to its status as a noteworthy title in the console's library. It remains a testament to the evolving technology and creative experimentation of its time, leaving an endearing mark on the gaming world. I do want to be upfront and honest. I love this game. It has a special place in my heart. So with that, my final verdict for the first retro resurrection, I give Shinobi Legions an 8 out of 10. It delivers a classic, immersive ninja adventure, and it successfully captures the spirit of the series. With the precise combat, the visually captivating art, and those adorable FMVs, it's a worthy addition to any Sega Saturn library. While some aspects could use more depth and variety, the overall experience gets the Dr. O seal of approval. If you've been putting this one off because of years of bad mouthing, well, play it as soon as you possibly can and form your own opinion. Besides, you can never get enough ninja action. Thanks for checking out the review, thanks for checking out the channel, and if you enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe, and follow me on all platforms. You can find more info in the links in my bio. Thanks again, and until next time, peace.